Hi, I'm Susan Lewis from WRTI. This is Time In with Lisa Batiashvili. Hi, Lisa.
Hi.
You are in a beautiful backyard, I suppose.
Yes, I'm enjoying the garden in France, where we were spending a couple of weeks here in summer.
How are you doing during this period where everything is shut down?
Well, we've been a little bit more lucky here in Europe, especially in Germany. The lockdown was not as long, not as painful as in other places. The beginning was quite scary, but at the same time also important to understand that now we have to change our modus and change our way of thinking, of living. I spent a lot of time with my family, of course, all the time, 24 hours with the children, with my dog, who appreciated it a lot to have mommy and daddy and sister and brother all the time around. We cooked a lot, of course. I mean, we always cook, but now we cooked even more complicated dishes, which took a lot of time. We did a very special um, Easter cake also in April, which took 8 hours.
Oh,
Which was also very nice because when we ate it for 2 weeks and it was fantastic. And
yeah, sorry.
step by
Could you
sorry.
could you describe the Easter cake?
Well, it's a very kind of long cake because it's a dough that actually grows a lot. And it's really a nice experience because it takes me back to my childhood when I was very young, and my mom and my grandma would bake it, and it would smell like cinnamon and cardamom and all this vanilla through the whole night, and in the morning the cakes were ready. It was a very beautiful ritual in my childhood, so I could finally give it to my children because it was the first time I made it myself. So that was nice, and I think that for me in general, I always think that when things like that happen suddenly, you can't plan your life anymore. You have to just stop and enjoy the moment you are having with the people you love. You have to try to take advantage from that as much as possible. Um, and step by step, now Germany is reopening borders again and reopening concert halls. There is a lot of energy coming, positive energy coming from musicians and the orchestras who want to become active as much as possible. And so we are going through this together. I think that we are more united than ever because we are all in the same situation, and we're all trying to find solutions for not for us only, uh, like personally, but also for our society. And it's very important to for everyone to understand that the culture and music are even more important than ever before, because people need to have this contact with the music to have the moment where, because the music does have the healing power, um, and it has always been like that. So I'm sure that in America, especially now, it's very difficult for all the orchestras and organizers, the concert halls, great concert halls, to actually miss all the concerts and have to make really drastic decisions for the entire next season. I honestly would wish that we can resolve this problem as much as possible and as quickly as possible, so that people can go back to the cultural events, because this is really the essence of our life somehow. This is what I would wish to the entire world. Of course, I would wish also that people are healthy and we overcome the virus in such a way that people don't have to be scared about it every day. People can go back to their work. I think there are a lot of steps to take, but I'm burning for music and for the artists. So I really hope that we will all be able to um, go back on stage and be artists again, in active life.
Right. Wow. Well, you normally, when there's not a shutdown, you're probably on the road a lot and traveling a lot. Now that, since you've been home, is there any particular music that you've been turning to play or to listen to? Any particular movies that you've been watching? I know you also love movies.
We watched a lot of movies, yes. A lot of them. I don't watch Netflix, but I like to watch real movies, like also with my family. I watched also old movies again, a lot of French films with Louis de Funès, for example, or I don't know, also Charlie Chaplin, watching again, going back to the beginning of 20th century. And the music, I would say, I had opportunities to perform more chamber music in the last couple of weeks and months. And I just spent more time with the chamber music that I usually, between the concerts of with orchestras, you kind of have a bit less time to actually don't worry about the time pressure that you have, and it somehow gave me such an incredibly good feeling to be able to invest more time with the chamber music, also to rehearse with the groups in a different way than when everybody is so busy. Then you barely have enough rehearsals when you bring together different people and you make a chamber music concert. But now I had a couple of experiences with proper rehearsal time with people who had no stress, and it just felt very, very good, because I think that then the result is different, and it's more rewarding to play together when you feel like one and you have the time to work on things together.
Is there anything that you've discovered that you would like to continue after things open up fully again?
Yes, I personally get easily stressed by everything I have to do on one day, whether it's has to do with my family, children, the work, the practice, everything outside. What I discovered during this time was that I have to actually give myself more time for things and don't worry about not doing everything in the same minute. So I've been actually meditating every morning, at least for 10-15 minutes, and doing some yoga, and somehow it became such a habit. I don't know, I know that many people do that, but for me personally, um, now it's a new way to start the day by giving myself the freedom and the calmness to not worry about everything that we have to do in one day, but just to take it step by step and also enjoy everything that I'm doing in that moment. I really think that this time of the lockdown was the perfect time to learn all of these things.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing some of your thoughts.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisa Batiashvili.